right, lovers. Whoa, you see that? As you can tell, I'm in the eye of the storm, my favorite place, but I'm still gonna bring you this review. This is the review of the brand new Celebrity Xcel. Let's do it. So if you're looking for contemporary luxury, sophistication, elegance, even some refinement, the Celebrity Xcel might just be your best bet. Now, I recently cruised on the Star Princess, which is brand new. The Icon of the Seas, which is brand new. Utopia of the Seas, which is also brand new. And I have to tell you, the suite experience here on Celebrity is unmatched with those other cruise ships. Now, there are some differences here with the Celebrity Xcel compared to the Celebrity Beyond and the Ascent. We'll get into those in just a bit. Now, in terms of romance, I really don't think that Celebrity is matched in the sense of how much romance you can find on the ship from the art and the music. The Celebrity experience is kind of like sailing in an art gallery. Everywhere you look, there's these pieces of art and this artistic expression. Now, in the room, you never had to ask for extra towels. There were always plenty, and they also always made sure they were full. And the towels themselves, now, opposed to the bed, these towels were fluffy and probably the fluffiest towels I've ever felt in my life and any five-star experience. These were amazing towels. Now, the Celebrity Xcel is part of the Edge class ship, sister ships, and I've cruised on the Edge, I've cruised on the Apex, in the Beyond. I did not cruise the Ascent, but the Xcel kind of takes it to the next level with more open spaces. And here on this ship, I'm not sure about the Ascent, they have what's called the Bazaar. So the Bazaar really replaced Eden, and it's kind of a multi-level deck cultural experience that gives the whole ship, the whole back of the ship, a completely different feel. And then downstairs, there used to be a different restaurant. Now it's Mosaic, which again is a brand new experience for me, at least from the Beyond. But it does give a very unique feel, a very cultural feel. And I felt like it was a fantastic, fantastic addition to the ship. You have pop-up performances, local food pop-up, depending on whatever port you're in. And it's really designed to kind of make the port that you're visiting more immersive as you go in, which I think is pretty cool. And it gives the ship a new feel all the time. Now, there's even a secret speakeasy. So down in the club, so there's a photo booth on the right side if you walk through the front door. And if you take a photo there, that lets you into a secret speakeasy where it's not even on the deck map, and you can't even find out anything about this except for word of mouth. Now, every time I tried to get in, it was full. But if you've gotten in, let me know in the comments what we can expect inside of that speakeasy. I just think that's a genius idea to get people talking about it and actually want to take a cruise just to visit this secret speakeasy. Brilliant. So down in the club, which again is a favorite venue of mine, I don't like performances in there because it just gets too crowded, but it's the same as it has been on other ships. But they do have a golf simulation in there now. They have darts and games upstairs. On Xcel, eating becomes a part of the exploration. Across more than 30 dining and drink venues, you'll find everything from casual to the very high end. The Illuminae restaurant, which is really exclusive to the retreat experience, their suite experience, always had some well-designed menus, and the food was really good across the board. Now, one of my issues with it was that you really didn't get any side dishes. So you would get a hunk of meat or whatever that protein was, and little sprinkles of things on the plate. Now, I'm not one for food, so it didn't do it for me, but it still was very good in terms of taste and quality, and it was very consistent across the whole cruise. Now, Bora is something that I didn't do. As if you've been on the channel a while, you know I don't eat Mediterranean food, but Bora has been said to be a fantastic spot for that cuisine. Now, Fine Cut is definitely one of my favorites here on the ship. The steakhouse was very good. The steak was cooked to perfection. And you know what? In Illuminae, the steak was always cooked to perfection too. But Fine Cut really does have a special romantic flair. So I highly suggest if you're on the ship with your boo, that you definitely look at going to Fine Cut and just make it a night out on the town. Now, the buffet wasn't my favorite, even though I love how it's designed, where it's kind of cubicle. You do have free space to roam in this buffet. I just felt like the food was pretty lackluster, didn't really hit the standards that Celebrity has, in my opinion. But the pizza was delicious, and it's open late night. So there was many nights I went down there and got me a couple slices. Raw on 5 is one of my favorite restaurants here on the Celebrity ships. The food is so fresh and delicious, and the rolls really do rival something you'll get on land. So you'll always find me here at Raw on 5. Now, in the retreat sun deck, you can actually order food there, which I thought was fantastic because Illuminae is closed on port days, and it's just bar food, basically sandwiches and burgers. But it was really good. Now, the Celebrity Xcel Spa is arguably the largest and most refined spa at sea. It is spectacular. I mean, you can get everything from Botox injections to a full facial to a barber, get your hair cut, get your fade done, whatever you want to do. It is really well done. It has things like a hydro room, a soothing aqua experience, sauna, steam rooms, and a vitamin D deck with ocean views. There's over 120 treatments you can get in the spa on the Celebrity Xcel. Like, I could have spent the whole week there. Now, I got 2 massages, and that was a lot for me, but they were fantastic. And if you are going to get a massage, look up Kimmy from Thailand if she's still on the ship. She was spectacular. Now, the entertainment was interesting because they didn't do any repeat shows, so every night there was essentially a different show. Now, Celebrity, you know what to expect. It's basically singing and dancing, but the 2 production shows were really good. And the vocalists that they brought in, I thought, were better than average as well. Now, what was interesting to me is that in the production shows, the singers, they were excellent dancers. Like, they were just as good as the regular dancers in the show. So I thought that their talent quality was so high in terms of being able to sing and dance, and they really did a fantastic job. Now, but on that same end, I did think that you really did need to have a different set of production team. So it was basically the same people singing for 7 nights straight. And so after a while, you do want a little bit more variety. And some other ships I know they have an A team and a B team, so you do get two different flavors sometimes during the show throughout the ship, throughout the cruise.
So I just left the play at the club. It's called Hotel Celebrity. Let me tell you, this was such a unique and inventive way of using that space. I still don't like the space in terms of how crowded it is, but it was great in terms of just what they did. It was a full-on murder mystery, like an off-Broadway show. You know, I love theater. It had a full narrative, it had music, interactive. It was really spectacular. Bravo, Celebrity. That was different. I loved it.
Now, the pool decks and sun decks are absolutely stunning. Again, it carries a theme from inside of the ship to the outside, where you have these beautiful art pieces all around. The solarium is large and was always busy. The magic carpet is a great extension of the sun deck out over the water with the nice bar, and you get beautiful, stunning, unobstructed views from there. And the retreat sun deck was special as well. It's 2 stories, double decker, and you have sunbeds all around, as well as a pool, private jacuzzi, showers. It's just about everything you need. Now down at the pool, they were partying. They had it going on a couple of nights. They were really getting it in, and they gave Carnival a run for their money in terms of the party that was happening down at the pool. I was shocked. It was really, really good. So the Sunset Suite that we booked has a private alcove. I did do a review in the room, and it is beautiful. The views are unmatched. It's a beautiful space, beautiful location. One of the issues, though, is that it is right beneath some storage upstairs. And in the middle of the night, they are definitely working and moving around like they're moving cargo up there. So that's something I didn't count on, and it did affect our sleep quite a bit. Now, in terms of the room itself, it's elegant, it's well laid out, it's sophisticated, it's contemporary, but the bed was horrible. Now, I know some of you may like that rough, kind of firm feel, but this was not that. This was cardboardish, in my opinion. Now, I do love the spa shower here in the room. That's fantastic, as well as the sink with the his and her spouts, the separate water closet, and then you have a vanity inside of the bathroom and the vanity in the room. So both of you guys can kind of get dressed at the same time if you're traveling with your boo. And one of my favorite things to do from this sunset spot here is watch the sunsets. That is a spectacular experience that should be shared by lovers. So make sure if you get a suite like this, you take some time to watch the sunset together. It is something special. Now, there's something about this ship that really resonates with you. There is a feeling of luxury, refinement, a contemporary aura. A lot of new ships that I've been on kind of carry that more traditional feel of ships. Take a step forward in terms of some of the new things that they have on the ship, the mosaic restaurant, the bazaar area. They even have a historic museum that has like the menus from some of the first cruises they've ever been on. They have the replica of the Xcel there, and just the champagne glasses that christened the ship. Like, just some really cool stuff that I think is really a step forward in terms of taking the same structure basically and trying to do something else with it. So if you're seeking a mixture of romance and vibrant experiences on a luxury cruise ship that doesn't charge you like Regent or Seven Seas or one of the absolute luxury lines, I absolutely think that you should give the Celebrity Xcel a look. Now, I have no allegiance to any cruise line. As you know, I cruise them all, and I love new ships. So whoever has the best new ship, I'm on it. But I did feel like Celebrity took me back home, and I really did enjoy my experience here. So if you've been on the Celebrity Xcel or you're looking to go, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And remember, it's love above all, love will travel. I'll catch you next time. Peace.